Hello and good evening. Good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. Hey, Miss Amanda, how are you? And Ashley, how are you doing? Hello there. How are you doing? Hi, Miss Delilah. Pamela. Hey there, how are you doing? Hello, Miss Geraldine. How are you doing? Thank you. How are you guys doing? Hi, Takesha. You missed me? Oh, thank you. Hey, Natalie, you didn't miss me. I'm on live right now. Hey, April. Oh, thank you. Hey, New Donna Rises, how are you doing? I think I missed you last week, right? Were you on last week? Hey, Michelle. Aya, how are you doing? Hi, Miss Angel and Peyton, Celinda and Nancy and Mimi. Hey, how are you guys doing? So some of these names are me, Juanisha, Dolores. Hey there. Hey, Candace, how are you doing? You had to work? Oh, okay. We don't want to mess with your work now. Hey, Gail. Good day to you, too. Hi, KK and Yvette. Oh, thank you. San Jose, okay. Let's see, who am I missing here? And Esther and Marilyn. Marilyn, good to see you too. Hi, Christine. And Valerie and Pink Lights. And who else we have? Daryl, I'm doing great, thank you. Hi, Janelle, Trudy, how are you guys doing? Aaliyah, the letter, how are you doing? Well, thank you. Hi, Trudy. T. Williams. Well, I know who Miss Williamson is. How are you doing? Hi, Miss Angel. Hi, Robert from Baltimore. Mariana. Hello from Deutschland. Okay, how you doing? Maryland in the house. Baltimore. Okay. Bella. Beautiful, beautiful. Yashonda. Hi, Just Be Real. Hi, Nikki. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Miss Valerie. Hey, Sheena. Am I moved yet? Not yet. Hey, Pop, how are you? Mia and Angel. Gracias. From Illinois. Hi, Nancy from Illinois. So in my office, I moved into the office. I just have to get the cable turned on tomorrow. So they come in to turn on my Wi-Fi tomorrow. So I have to be there early for them to. And then Just Be Real say, hi, Pop. Hi, Crystal. My beautiful girl. My beautiful woman. I'm sorry, my beautiful baby girl. Hi, Tracy from Fort Washington. Okay. I did, Yashonda. It's kind of easy to read. Hi, Mary, Sun and Flowers. I miss you, Crystal. I need to come visit, but we're kind of like, inside. We're not really traveling yet. Holland, okay. You're so welcome, Miss Nikki. There's John J. Hi there. Let's see, Athenia. Okay, let me look at Rhinelander. Okay. Hi, Miss Shelley. North Carolina. Okay. Authentic Kinks. That sounds like natural hairstyles. Rancho Cucamonga. All right. First thing I start thinking is the movie. I need to come visit my baby boy to his birthplace. Aw, you do. And then come and we're going to eat. Well, you don't look like you eat, but we're going to eat. Anxiety issues. Okay. Hey there, Paula. How are you? Oh, thank you, Miss Bella. I appreciate you. Thank you, Miss Nancy. Hi, Miss Lisa. Hi, Miss Veronica. Sarah, how are you? How are you guys doing? So I've moved into my office. They just got to set up my internet and my Wi-Fi. Thank you, Miss Letta. Well, hey there, Narcissistic Domestic Violence Healing and Support. You guys, make sure you guys go and join her on her YouTube channel as well. She does amazing work. I don't age. Hey. Hey, girl. When I come off this camera and these filters are off, though. Thank you. I appreciate it. I still look the same from when I used to yell at you. Hi, Erica. How are you? But you guys go over there and make sure you guys join the Narcissistic Domestic Violence Healing and Support Incorporated. She does some excellent works, and she has some awesome speakers that come on. Hi, Bianca. They have she has some excellent speakers that come on her Facebook channel. And she has the LGBTQ community representatives that come and talk to you guys. So a lot of things that I don't understand is spoken about on her site over on Facebook. So you guys make sure you go over there and check her out. She does some amazing work, and she has some amazing people that come on there that talk. Hi, Haley. How are you? Hi, Darlene. I don't know what word drop means. I told you a lot, so I have to go look that up. So a lot of times when you guys are asking questions, and am I near fires? Yeah, I'm near fires. It's Bonnie Lake and Sumner and Spanaway and Parkland. Those areas are around us. So, but it's not in my immediate area, but it is in my area. So it's only like 13 miles away. So I don't think the fires are going right now, though. These are the ones, I think the ones that were closest to are the ones that were set by a person, by two people. So hi, Noni, how are you? But a lot of times the terminology that you guys give us is popular psychology. So it takes a minute for me to go look it up to see what they're talking about, for me to be able to explain to you what that means. So I have to actually look that up to see what it means in the world of psychology. Oh, I'm doing great. Thank you. Yeah, there's fires up here around us. And the Bonnie Lake one, where they had like over 330,000 acres, is not too far. It's just right down the road from me. And Sumner and let me think, Graham and those areas, those are close around us. So only like maybe 15 miles away. Bonnie Lake, maybe 25 miles away. So it's in our area, but we have a lot of smoke, but we had some right here in the area close by, maybe 2 or 3 miles away, close by my job. There were some fires that were close by my office building. Yeah, it's bad. 330,000 acres. Yeah, 330,000 acres. That's what they reported. But there were some fires that were right down the street from my office. And I have, hey, Ursula. So you're in Salem? Oh, okay. So yeah, they have some that were not too far away from, thank you so much, Robert. I appreciate that. So yeah, it was like down the street. Love you. Stay safe. I miss you. I'll come visit next year. I got to go be mom and wife. Go ahead, girl. Do your job. Let me know when you come. You know, you got somewhere to stay. Had to quit your job because, okay. Well, hi there, Amanda. Welcome. Hi, Tiffany. How are you doing? So yeah, so it's in the area. It was by my thank you, Shannon. I appreciate that. So yeah, 330,000. Yeah. So yeah, and it was down the street from my office building. And then it was right across the street from my daughter's school. So the first day of school, they were supposed to start online. They had to stop because the teachers couldn't come in. So the first day of school, the fire was right across the street in the little park that was right in front of their school. So, but they've got it contained. So they've got it contained, but there is a lot of smoke in the air. So it looks like a lot of fog. So hopefully those of you that are also around the fires and everything, I hope you guys, thank you so much. I hope you guys are staying safe as well. Thank you, Miss Deanna. Hope you guys, hey Lena, I hope you guys are doing okay. Hi DK, how are you? Hi Takesha. So I'm gonna start off with a little conversation first. So let's start off with a little conversation. I was thinking about this before I came on camera, and I know everybody, has their own perspective on relationships and companionship and sex and all that. Most people feel like you got to test drive it before you make a decision on whether you're gonna be with it, be with a person. My major thing is that you guys have to, maximize your singleness. Hold on just a minute. Let me see if I can, hold on. I don't know what it is. Facebook is always good on these high stands, but YouTube is not good sitting up on a high stand. So I think that's a little better. So I got one on a high stand. I got one on a low stand. Okay, let's look. Okay. But I always tell people, maximize your singleness. Some people do not get a second chance to be single. Some of you guys have been married, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40. I think The longest marriage I think on here was like 40 or 45 years. And oftentimes people, are in these relationships till death do them part. And then there are some people, yeah, maximize your singleness. Some of you have never been single. You've always dated. You always had a boo thing on the side. You always, and I got needs, Dr. C. I got to get my needs. So you got to learn temperance. You got to learn self-control. You got to learn, that's one of the biggest problems that a narcissist has is that delayed gratification. Everything that you want, you don't have to have right away. Well, I got to get my needs met. I have sexual needs and I need companionship. Okay, what has that gotten you into? Where have you been? Where have you been? What has it gotten into? And why are you on the channel? Because a lot of you guys, it's just a sex thing and we've come to an agreement. Okay, but you playing, like I said before, but you're playing Russian roulette. Hey, Miss Cynthia, but you're playing Russian roulette. And so when you are playing Russian roulette, you have no idea, there's a bullet in the chamber. And when you're playing Russian roulette, you have no idea what you're going to get and when you're going to get it. And so while you're getting your needs met, I got sexual needs and I need companionship. Why not learn how to be by yourself first? Learn to like yourself. Most of you guys can't be by yourself. Now, I'm not speaking to everybody. Hey, Ashley, hey, Ruth, I'm not talking to everybody. Well, I'm just talking to some people that you need self-control. You need to learn self-control. You need to learn temperance. And temperance means to learn how to delay, this delayed gratification. A narcissist does not have delayed gratification. Everything they want right away. Why do you think they love bomb you? They love bomb you. Hey, they're from Scotland. They love bomb you, and whatever they want, they work very hard to get. So they pull out all stops. They pull out money. They pull out, whatever they can to pull you in. They do whatever because they want what they want and they want it now. And so they're going to do whatever they can to get what they want. Okay, but you're better than that. And so some of you have to learn how to be, I don't like being by myself. Well, if you don't like being by yourself, then what will make you think that anybody wants to be with you as well? Hey, Jamaica, but you have to learn how to like yourself. You have to learn how to be by yourself sometimes. Maximize singleness. Some people are not given a second chance. There are people that have committed suicide. There are people that have been killed in these relationships. There are people that are being tormented right now as we speak on this camera. People are being tormented, abused. Some people have been murdered. So there is a lot of times that you don't get a second chance. And when you get a second chance, you got to do things differently. Because if you've done something the same way over, and some of you guys in your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, but then you have to remember, you got to be okay with being by yourself. Learn to be by yourself and learn to love yourself. When you learn to love yourself, your standards become higher. If you keep jumping from relationship to relationship, and most people that have come out of like marriages or relationships with a narcissist, the sad part about it is because they're heartbroken, they're lonely, and they're hurt. And the first thing I see them do is to go get another girlfriend or a boyfriend. They go get another boo thing right off the top. And some of the people that I've seen go get another boo thing end up getting another nightmare narcissist. They just don't recognize it because they're hurt. And that person they believe is filling in that void, filling in that hurt. So they're doing everything with that person with the other person in mind. And so that is you don't jump from one relationship to another. You haven't even gotten rid of the fleas that you had from the last relationship. You haven't even healed for your broken heart from the last relationship. Now this person is in and you probably drawn the same thing, just a different style, a different type of individual, a different age group, a different interest, but you pulled the same thing. Hey, Francis, you pulled the same thing right back. Yeah, you got to have a value system. You pull the same thing right back in your court. If you keep falling for the same thing over and over again, and then you'll also notice that when you're talking to people, if you're constantly talking about what that narcissist has done, if you're constantly talking about, what you've been through, if you're constantly talking about it, and whenever opportunity you get talking about it, you're not healed. It's still in your heart. So it doesn't matter. Some of you guys, well, how long does it take for me to heal? As long as it needs to take for you to heal. Some of you guys, 3 months was bad enough. Some of you guys 10, 15, 20 years. If you've been in a relationship where you have been abused, where you have been psychologically tormented, where you have been psychologically abused, you think that a few months is going to clear that all up? That's just like a woman having a baby. It takes a little while for that body to heal. A broken bone, it takes a little while before you can go out there and play kickball again. Major traumatic trauma, that takes a while. See, I believe in the whole person concept. And me as a therapist, I believe in the whole person concept. Yeah, they never heal. So you go with open wounds and open festering sores, and you go right back into another relationship. In some cases, you guys are having to learn each other, but it's almost like it is above and beyond. You'll destroy that person because you're always thinking that person is doing what the other person is doing. And some of you guys, yeah, if you lie down with dogs, you get fleas. But there are some people that actually, you get into a relationship and you're right back into the same thing. So you have never recovered from the last relationship you've been in. So you're constantly fighting this individual in your head with this new person. Some of them are narcissists and some of them are not. So now this person is paying the price for everything this narcissist has done in your life. You angry, you mad, you can't stand people, you don't want to be around people. Some of you want to be in relationships, you're afraid to say it. So I'm never gonna get in a relationship again. I never. And then the moment you meet somebody that pulls you back in with that attitude, it pulls you back in, because it can happen. You get pulled in by a narcissist. And so it's best to learn to love yourself. Do the things that you've always, because a relationship, when you have a mutual, there is no such thing as a perfect relationship. Everybody has their issues. You just have to work it out and work as a team. It's teamwork. That's just like when we come together as a team. All of us got flaws, but we come together and we work for the same cause. And when you come together in a relationship, people have issues. People come from different walks of life, different places in life they've learned. And so you guys are learning to compromise, give and take. It's a give and take relationship. There's no such thing as a 50-50. It's a give and take relationship. And so you guys are learning each other. You guys are getting to know each other. But if you don't like you and you don't like, what you like, you are going to become a burden on the other person, because you're going to be dependent. Ladies, for a lot of the ladies, because of the fact that you have a low self-esteem about yourself, you nagging that man. Do you think I'm pretty? Did you say, you didn't say you love me today? Why won't you say you love me? Men don't think the same way women do. Men do not express love the same. Everybody has their own love language. And everybody communicates very differently. Men are not emotional, not all of them. Now, there are some that are very emotional. You see some that act like us. And when I say us, I don't mean from our LGBTQ community. I'm talking about like a heterosexual man that acts like a woman. You over emotional. You don't say you love me. That's not manly. And women, you can't expect a man to, you got to be okay with yourself. You put on your clothes and you look good. It don't matter whether he give you a compliment or not. You feel good about yourself. If he's busy over the weekend, call Shanae and them and let's go hang out and get something to eat. And when I say get something to eat, I don't mean that, I ain't talking about the girlfriends that got something negative to say about your man. What I'm saying is you get that girlfriend that is busy and got things to do too, because they don't have time to be on the phone with you all day long. They're pursuing their dreams. They're pursuing their they're pursuing dreams. They're pursuing their goal. Right, y'all. I'm sorry. My phone stopped. But my recording stopped. Sorry about that. But you need people within your court that has goals. They have dreams. They have, you got to be going somewhere. A man wants a woman that's going somewhere. If he's going somewhere, and men, women want a man that's going so they can follow you. We don't mind being led. If you not leading us into a paper bag, we can't follow no man into no paper bag. We like strong men. We like them old strong men. So you got to know what you're doing. You got to know where you're going. We need a leader in the house, and it's mutual. That doesn't mean that you lead and that you overwhelm her with your authority and your power. A real leader understands that it takes a team to make the team, teamwork make the dream work. You know what I mean? And so what I'm saying is that you guys have to learn to maximize singleness. Do the things that you have not been able to do all the time that you've been in a relationship. You don't know the food that you like, because a lot of us had children. We had a lot of children in the house. And so everything was always, what do they like to eat? How do they like to eat? Let me make sure, you can't come in my house and my whole house is zebra pink and leopard prints, because I had males and females in my house. And so I made it neutral colors. And I told y'all that story that one time that I went and I was looking at pictures, and it was African women holding pottery. They pottery with the animals. And I kept looking at the picture, and the gentleman asked me, he said, do you like the pictures? I said, I do. He said, well, what's the problem? I said, well, I don't want the house to look over feminine. He said, well, who lives in the house? I said, me and my daughter. He's like, so what's the problem? And I thought about it. I was like, man, 22 years, all I've ever done was to make sure that my house was neutral because I had males and females. I had sons and I had a husband and I had daughters. And so I tried to make it neutral. But then I decided, well, you guys know what's sitting over there in my, well, it's packed now. But now I got the African pottery women in the house, because it's not over. I'm not going to, leopard skin and pink and I'm going to do all that. But at the same time, yeah, a woman wants a whole man and a real man wants a whole woman. Now you heard what I said. A real woman needs to be whole and a real man needs to be whole. And when you have, it's a multiplication. 1 and 1, 1 times 1 equals 1 unit. 1 times 1 equals 1 a solid foundation, 1 healthy child, or you have whatever you want, but you have to get wholeness. And for some of you guys, you've never been by yourself. I don't like being by myself. I sit at, the corona, that's a whole different story. But even in the time of corona, I mean, a lot of us prospered. A lot of us, opened up other businesses and did other ventures. We did other things, to keep ourselves busy. There was a lot of catching up. I caught up on a lot of bills. I caught up on a lot of stuff, paperwork that I had to get done. That was like 2 years behind in my office. I caught up on paperwork, and it was nice because I had a TV right there. And so in between clients, I was doing paperwork and watching television. I had my own time. So a lot of you guys could have been further than what you really are, but you didn't even want to be by. Do you know that majority of the time, single people, not everybody, but a lot of times single people, all you're thinking about is getting someone or being with someone or being in a relationship or being married, and you're watching people so you can't even maximize yourself. You can't even enjoy being single. Thank you, Dr. Goldie. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. But do you know that a lot of times that we're so, and I'm saying we as a whole because I don't know who it is, but a lot of times we focus on being married, being with someone, having a family, going to the movies, having sex, and that's all you think about. So you never think about just being single. You got to enjoy being single. I don't walk around thinking about being married all the time. One day I will be married, but this is not the time. I got things to do. I got y'all to take care of. I got classes I got to do. I got to travel. I got to do some things. And when I travel, you have to think for a minute. Certain thing, when you're in a relationship, there's accountability that comes to both people. You can't just jump up and do what you want to do. You can't just jump up and leave the house and travel wherever you want to go. Now you got to check with his schedule. Now you got to check with him and you got to check with her. It's a mutual respect and a mutual agreement. What does your schedule say? Do you need me for something? If you don't need me for something, I wanted to schedule this. I want to schedule my schedule out. But if you got something going on, let me schedule around your schedule so I can be there to support you. You see? But when you're a single person, I don't have nobody to account to except for Apostle Helen Sadler and my daughter. And of course my clientele. But that God, Apostle Helen Sadler, my daughter, and my clientele. I have to work with my clientele. And so when you're single, you don't have a whole bunch of people to account to. You have to be accountable. Of course, you have to be accountable. But what I'm saying is your own private life. You got to learn to be by yourself. Learn to enjoy yourself. I just don't like being by myself. Then you don't need to be with nobody else because you don't like being with you. So if you don't like being with you, what make you think anybody else want to be with you? Well, I just need sex. Okay, well, you need to learn delayed gratification. You need some temperance in your life. You need some self-control. If you learn how to use self-control, you'll learn how to use self-control when men or women come around to try to get, with you. You'll know that I don't have to have sex. Yeah, it's a need. It's a human need, but you don't have to have it. Look, we're not in the 70s anymore with free sex and weed and there's not, now we got diseases and corona and narcs, and you keep playing, and you're going to mess around and connect with one. So if you've been doing this for a while and hey, Ms. Yolanda, you've been doing this for a while and you keep connecting with the same type of people, that means you have to make sure that you change what you are doing. Isn't that the definition for insanity? Keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. You're not going to get a different result. You're not going to get a different result. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So you need to you have to try something different. And oftentimes when you try something different, it is uncomfortable. It is uncomfortable. Try the uncomfortable. Stop seeking comfort. Healing is uncomfortable. Healing is uncomfortable. Learning to be by yourself is uncomfortable because you've never learned to be by yourself. Learning to like yourself is uncomfortable. If it's uncomfortable, learning to like yourself, then what do you expect us to like you for? You don't like you, so why would we like you? You don't even like being by yourself. Why we want to sit around and watch TV with you? You don't like you. So you know we ain't gonna like you. Learn to like yourself. Do you know that confidence is self-confidence? Confidence. You have to have self-confidence. You have to be confident. If someone tell you you're ugly, okay, that's just one opinion. So be it. You think you all that. No, you think I'm all that. Hey, Dr. I thought that was Dr. Crew. Hey, Angelica, how are you? Hey, Monica. So you guys ready for some questions? You guys ready for some questions? Moderators, will you give me 30 minutes? You guys give me 30 minutes. Give me 30. Where's Telsha? I see Just Be Real. Stevie Bananas. Where's Stevie Bananas? New Dawn is here. So I'm missing Telsha and I'm missing Stevie Bananas, but that's okay. I got you guys. So give me 30 minutes, okay? I answered it. If it's not uncomfortable, there's nothing to achieve there. True. Now you guys have to balance it though, because sometimes things that are uncomfortable, you might want to pay attention. Go with your gut instinct. Yes, it's insanity. Dr. Einstein, yes. So if sometimes you're going to have to go with your instinct. Sometimes your instinct and your gut feeling will tell you when something is not right. Okay, 6:30. Okay, you guys let me know when 30 minutes up because I got to go cook for my child. I got to fry some chicken. I'm going to make me some salmon and some roasted garlic jasmine rice. Hey, Nubia. But you guys ready? So I'm ready. I just learned that my dad is a narcissist this year. I thought it was normal. I'm 27 now and still dependent on him financially, plus dealing with emotional issues. How do you break free? First of all, you're gonna have to work on becoming financially independent. You're gonna have to be financially independent because he's using the finances to hold you to. In other words, he's using the finances to maintain control over you. You remember financial abuse? So you have to find a way to become financially independent because they'll use that against you. What's the number one thing to watch out for to avoid narcs? I got fooled for 4.5 years and can never do this again. First of all, you need to pay attention to you. When there's no dot in between that, New Dawn Rises. It's all one word. It's Dr. Carmen Bryant without a dot in between there. But the first thing when you meet somebody, ask yourself a question. Why do you want to be in the relationship? Why do you want to be in a relationship? If you say for companionship, you get a dog. If you're saying I need sex, okay, you need to learn how to delay gratification. If you got too many bills, stop making the bills and pay your bills. Why do you want to be in the relationship in the first place? Number two, when you're talking to the individual, do you notice you're telling all your business? Do you notice that you are telling all your business and they're willing listeners? And so that's when most people get it confused, like, wow, he's a good listener or she's a good, I think in your case is he's a good listener. And it seems like we're soulmates. He just understands or she just understands me so well. Have you noticed that you're doing all the talking and you're telling all your business? When you're telling all your business and you're telling all your hurts and all the things that you've been through, when you talking too much, that's a red flag. Thank you, Nubia. That's a red flag. If they're moving too fast, if things are moving really, really fast, they're trying to, they want to have a relationship. They want to introduce you to mom or dad. They want to introduce you to their children. We need to go on vacation. If things are moving entirely too fast and they're not hesitant, like you're hesitant, that's a red flag. So you have to go by your gut instinct. If it's really, really good, sometimes it is good, but if it's really good or too good to be true, or it's almost like perfect, that's a red flag. You got to pay attention to it. If all your emotions are wide open and you talk to that individual one day or you talk and all of a sudden they're calling you and texting you and if they're giving you superficial compliments, everything is about how beautiful you are, how big your butt is, that's superficial. That's because one day your butt gonna be dragging on the ground anyway. So some of y'all. But if everything is a superficial compliment, all they ever talk about is how beautiful you are, how much you have, that you have this, and that you have that, and that you have this, and the focus is always on the stuff that you have, or they're always telling you how you make them feel. You make me feel. You make me feel. You make me feel. That's a red flag. You ask them, why do you want to be with me? Or asked it, when you ask the question, why do you want to be with me? And their response, why do you like me so much? And their response is always how you make them feel and what you do for them and how you make them look and how you make me a better person and but it's never anything about like, you know what? You are just an amazing person. I just love talking to you. I mean, you're knowledgeable, and I love that finesse that you have. I can listen to you talk all day, or you're just something about you, just a really awesome person. You're just a really nice person. I love being around you. But if it's superficial, like you make me feel like a man or a woman. You make me feel beautiful. You do this for me, and you always doing this for me. That's the red flags. You need to watch for that. And if they complimenting you too much, it's okay to get a compliment, but all you see is my beauty and you don't see nothing else, then that's a problem. If you're having an intellectual conversation, a lot of you guys pass a red flag. They're not really having an intellectual conversation with you. You're having the intellectual, and they're picking up and they're kind of repeating what you say. That's a red flag. But remember, if it's moving too fast and everything seems to be perfect and you're doing all the talking, but you don't know a lot. Thank you so much. Just be real. Red flags. So just be careful. Okay. Just be careful. Oh, ich liebe dich auch, Papa. Is it possible to be so paranoid that we think someone is narcissist who is not? Yeah. That's why it's good to be by yourself. Yeah, you're the only one that understands me. Absolutely. You're the only person that understands me. No one else that I have ever met understands me like you do. I have never met anybody like you since an hour ago. You're the only person that understands me like this. I've never had such intellectual conversations with you. When all of a sudden you the only one, and let's say they're about 50 years old, you're not the only one. You're not the only one. You're just so easy to talk to. Everything that you say is you just make me feel comfortable. I've never met someone like you. Remember that. Or you are my soulmate, even though they've known you for 5 minutes. Absolutely. Somebody your soulmate, you know them for 5 minutes. Hey, Ms. Elizabeth, how do you stop ruminating about what happened in the past or legal fears are getting out? I did a video on that, Ms. Grace. I did a video on that. Go check out my video on the ruminating mind. Yeah, we're connected. We are so connected. Yeah, we are so connected. Thank you, Just For Real. I've heard that soulmate. See? She called me baby, and it only been a week. Yeah, when they start giving you pet names, baby, sweetheart, pumpkin, honey, but see, you have to know yourself, because some of you have been through so much traumatic stuff that you've never heard anybody give you that much love. That you're beautiful, sweetheart, those terms of endearment. And so some of you are so desperate for it that you think that's what the love bombing is. Some of you guys are so desperate for it that you're willing to accept that. I've never had anybody call me sweetheart or honey. You've already told them what the script was in the play. You told them what role to play because you don't told them too much. So now they're coming in with the baby, sweetheart, honey. You're so easy to fall in love with. And especially if they tell you I love you too quick. Pay attention to that. Pay attention to that. Ain't no way that you don't fall in love. You grow in love. Love is not an emotion. Love is a choice. You choose to love someone through thick and thin. You choose to love someone, and that love means that I'm willing to do right by you. I'm willing to make sure that you have what you need. Likewise, for me, that's a return. Love is not an emotion. Emotion is emotion. Those butterflies you get in your stomach, and you think about them, you daydream about them all the time. That's exactly what it is. Those are emotions, and eventually those emotions dissipate. And when those emotions and all that euphoria dissipates, what do you have left? When you can look at somebody like, I really love that person. I really want to see them do well. When you want to see them accomplish. But some of you guys are being taken advantage of by the narcissist because they know that's how you think. So they take advantage and they bring it back into your face all the time. I'm divorcing tomorrow on video due to the virus. My soon ex-narcissist texted me last night and asked me if I could be cordial with each other and still get along. I told him no. Good girl. Just because you forgive and get away from someone doesn't mean that you have to reciprocate a relationship. You don't have to have a relationship with someone. You forgive them and walk away, close the doors. You don't have to have a relationship with them. You don't have to go back. I love that. You don't fall in love, you grow in love, right? It's smooth at won't happen right away. Exactly. It don't happen right. You don't just fall in love with say a love at first sight. That's those 90-day fiance. I want to slap everybody on that set. And then they don't even stay together. Gray rot will come naturally. Eventually it will. Yes, it will. Feel like I'm being taken advantage of. You probably are. Yeah. You probably are. Yeah. Love at first sight. No such thing. Narc fam of origin, limited support. How do I cope being isolated, facing smear and attack, feeling forced and bullied by the narc in marriage and living situation, control games? What you may have to do is, number one, you may have to get a coaching session, because yours is what I say. A lot of times I can't answer specific questions because it depends on you personally. So that's not, thank you. That's not a question that I can really answer because it's very specific. That will require coaching, so I know so I can understand your situation. What are your thoughts on communicating with my toxic ex narc? We share 4 kids. He has me blocked on messages. I can only email him. Should I continue or stop? Okay, Miss Angel, my question is this. If you and him have children together, what efforts is he making to get in contact with the kids? And then on top of that, if you look in different states, they do have like a court app that will protect you guys in communication, meaning that is a recorded app, so they record the conversations. If you're why are you trying to communicate with him? What is there to communicate about, except are you coming to pick them up? Yes or no? What do I need to have? What time are you coming bringing them back, or do I need to pick them up? Other than that, why are you trying to communicate? When you have a parent that's no longer in the home and you are the primary caretaker, meaning that if you are the parent that has been, and men too, the parent that has been granted sole custody, why are you trying to reach out to make sure that the kids have a relationship with that parent that's not in the home? They have the responsibility of reaching out and making sure they have a relationship with the children. That's not your responsibility. You do your part, especially when they're young. You do your part in making sure that they can communicate. But why are you reaching out to try to get them to communicate with your kids? That's not your responsibility. And for some of y'all, you might want to take advantage of that, because eventually they're going to grow apart. The kids are going to grow up like, well, you never tried to reach out and talk to me. Thank you, Letty. Please let me know more about getting coaching. You have to email me, then I'll send you my fees. But yeah, so if they're not reaching out, why are you going through all the trouble to try to reach out? 2 of you made the kid, not one of you. And so that's their responsibility to reach out to the children. You stop. Leave it alone until they decide to reach out. As they get older, what it end up happening is it may come a time where the kids have no interest in it. That'll work in your favor. Do you have any advice for domestic violence restraining order hearings? I do not. I'm not a lawyer. I can't give out legal advice. So what I would suggest is you contact a domestic violence advocate and talk to like a domestic violence agency, and they will assist you. They have more information about that. I wish I had Bridget online. It's parents' responsibility to communicate with the children, not the child's other parent. Absolutely. Absolutely. Can you speak on the concept of a beard? Narc husband of 15 years chooses bisexual cousins over me. What does that have to do about a beard and a bisexual relationship? A lot of them. Hey, Miss Bridget, you must have heard me call your name. I just called your name. But Miss Bridget, are you next Sunday? Hold on. I have to see whether or not I'll be able to come on next Sunday because I'm moving. But Miss Bridget, are you willing to come on camera with me next Sunday and answer some questions for a lot of these people? Could you do that with me, Miss Bridget, next week? Come on camera with me. So a lot of the questions that they're asking, they have an advocate where they can ask some questions, and I can just repeat what you're saying, or you're on camera. They'll hear you on camera. Will you be willing to do that, Miss Bridget? A beard is a woman. A beard is a woman. A gay man uses a beard. Wait a minute. A beard is a woman. A gay man uses. Ah, thank you. Okay, I told y'all. See, sometimes I don't understand the terminology. Miss Bridget, are you willing to do that with me? Okay, so yes, you have to understand that narcissists do not have limitations. Don't ever underestimate a narcissist. There are a lot of people that have found out that their narcissist was bisexual, and you have to remember wherever they can get fuel. Now, there are some that are very adamant that they are heterosexual, period. But when they get desperate enough, yeah, I didn't know, but you can. Okay, I'll talk to you this week, and then we'll practice to see how we can do it, and then I can bring you on camera where people can ask you questions. You know, because Miss Bridget is well versed. She understands narcissist abuse, and she watches it happen in the courtroom a lot, and she can tell you guys a lot about. And I'll turn the cameras around so that you guys can see. I'll figure it out. We'll do it some kind of way, but we'll figure it out. But she's well versed, and she understands narcissist abuse, especially watching it happen in the cameras. I mean, cameras in the courtrooms. And so, and you guys can ask some questions if you'd like to. Okay. We'll figure it out, Miss Bridget. We'll figure it out. So next Sunday, hopefully, if I can come on, I'm moving next week. So if I can come on, but whatever time I come back on again, I'm going to talk to Miss Bridget to get her on camera so you guys can ask her some questions too. Now, remember, is each state is different. But as I was saying about narcissists, you have to remember that when a narcissist wants supply, it doesn't matter if they're desperate enough for supply. It doesn't matter. There are some narcissists that are bisexual and have never come out, and you won't know. And then there are some narcissists that are gay, but because of you got to remember that, you know, during a lot of our era and back, homosexuality was hidden. It was in the closet. You know, nowadays there's more support, and people come out, and they're more comfortable coming out. There's laws to protect, you know, from being abused and misused and discriminated against. And so at one point in time, that wasn't something that happened. People just weren't that open with it. And so there are still some, the older ones, or some that have not come out, or people do not know that they're homosexuals. So they try to live what they would consider a normal life. And a normal life, you know, for a man to be with a woman and to have children, because it's an image they have to maintain, especially depending like on the job field that they're in, or the type of community that they're around, or like the organizations that they're in, what is acceptable and what is not acceptable. And so a lot of people have found out later on that narcissist was bisexual or homosexual. And many narc families abuse LGBTQ children. Absolutely. Absolutely. Not all of them, but absolutely. But the thing about it is that wherever they can get some good supply, they'll go for it. And that's why a lot of times the LGBT community is almost like a pool of people they can pick from. Because think about it, they'll have homosexual or lesbian relationships, and then they discard you. They go back and make you feel like you're crazy, and tell people 13 minutes, okay, and tell people that you're crazy. Oh, you're crazy, and I'm heterosexual, and I can't believe this, and see, and so they'll make you feel crazy. But absolutely, they will front. Of course they will. Dr. Brian, I just want to say that you for what you do. Oh, thank you for what you do. My journey has been so much better because of your videos and live talks. I'm sorry for your experience with a narc, but grateful for your knowledge. Oh, don't be sorry. You know, sometimes our greatest pain is somebody's greatest answer. You know, and that's for you guys as well. I've got plenty of videos, Cheryl, on supply. You did plenty of videos on supply. You can go look up on videos, and you can go to my podcast where I talked about supply. Yeah, don't ever feel sorry about what you've been through if you're using it the right way. You know, if you're still bitter, if you're still angry, if you're still hurt, if you're still traumatized by it, you know, you haven't got beyond it. And of course, you know, if you ask me, would I change anything? First of all, I know we can't change anything. But if I change anything in the past, I wouldn't be dealing with people like yourself. I wouldn't have the experience to help people. Your pain and your drama, your tears, your trauma, And everything that you've ever been through is an answer to somebody's problem. Your pain and your experiences is an answer to somebody else's problem. It makes you more passionate for what you do because you understand the pain that you've experienced yourself. And so because you want to help people so they don't have to experience that type of pain. And some people you can't help because they've been through it too, or they need, because I didn't have this, I had a support system. I had my pastor, and she was my support system. But until she understood what was going on, until we both learned what was happening, there was a different way that she learned to counsel and mentor me, because narcissistic abuse is not something that was on my mind, and neither was it on her mind, until she got to and she started to understand, and I started to understand there was a different way that she started to counsel and mentor me. Because until we understand what is going on, it makes it a little harder for us to counsel people or to mentor people until you really know what has happened. But my experience has helped other people, so I don't regret. I wouldn't change anything. I mean, realistically, we know that we can't change anything. So there's nothing that I would change. I wouldn't change anything because number one, it will alter my life. Number two, I wouldn't have my beautiful children, and number three, I wouldn't be helping you guys, and I wouldn't be so, thank you, Seldrick. But Seldridge, I'm sorry. But I wouldn't be able to, yes, your pain is somebody else's roadmap. Absolutely. If I've been through it and I've walked through the minefield, then I'm able to take you back through the minefield so some of you don't have to step on the mine. That's how you have to look at it. And this is what some of you guys have gone through. And so your pain is going to be somebody else's answer. You just have to master it. That's why I tell you, don't jump into no relationship real quick. I'm not a hypocrite. My mentor worked with me, and what she taught me, I teach you. And I'm not a hypocrite, meaning that I don't say one thing and then live my life another way. Well, that sounds like my mentor. I'm starting to sound like her. But I don't live my life another way than what I tell you. The same advice that I give you guys is the same advice that I was given, the same advice that I follow. And sometimes it can be hard. Absolutely, it can be hard. It's not hard meaning I would ever go back, but sometimes it's hard because you want to fight. You still got some fight in you. So sometimes I want to fight too. Just like y'all, I want to fight. I want to fight. I want to go draw the sword that was on my wall. Yeah, sometimes, yes, I have co-parenting versus counter-parenting. But sometimes I want to fight just like y'all want to fight. So, and I have to remember, what is it that I teach y'all? What do I say? So I got to watch my own videos and go back and watch my mentors' videos. Sometimes, but I do understand what we have been through. So I'm a human being just like you guys. And I'm not a superhero, and I have children by narcissists, 3 children by 3 narcissists. So imagine, and I didn't know any better. I didn't know. So now y'all know my secret. But 3 narcissists, 3 children, and the last one, 22 years, that's horrible. That's horrible. But I had to learn. See, I kept doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. This time I learned my lesson, but it was a hard lesson to learn. It was a hard lesson to learn, and it was a long road to recovery. I had to learn to love to be by myself. I got sisters at the church. And thank God everybody is busy. They have lives. They don't have time to be on the phone with you all day long. They have a sense of humor. And there comes time we go to the movies, we go out to eat, we do things together. And each one of these women are busy women. Each one of them have a life. They have a career. They have dreams. They have goals. And we share that together. But we enjoy each other when we have time. We don't overdo it so we get tired of each other, but we enjoy each other. We go out to eat. We go to the movies. We have Thanksgiving dinners together. We have Christmas dinners together. And if it wasn't for anybody like Apostle Helen Sadler that taught us family, there's a lot of broken women that were around her, and she taught us how to be family. She taught us how to compromise, not compromise in a negative way. She taught us She taught us family. She taught us that family is not perfect. She taught us how to look out for each other. And she taught us how to enjoy each other, to grow as women, to do our businesses. And then we're watching her. She was married for over 31 years before Bishop passed away. And then she teaches us the exact same thing that I'm teaching y'all about being single, to being single. And she walks the walk and talks the talk. And we have someone to look at that is not a hypocrite. And so if she can do it, most definitely her daughters can do it. And so that's why I'm telling you guys too. I practice, I practice what I preach. And when I stumble, she reminds me, okay, you're angry right now. Get yourself together. Get yourself together. Get your head on right. Because I get angry too, y'all. I do. She is well versed in what she is doing. She is very, very qualified in what she is doing. Trust you me. Just listen to her video. She's very qualified at what she is doing. I was discarded by the Narc after our car accident with no help with insurance or injuries. Now I'm being constantly hoovered after a year. I remain no contact, strong and focused on healing. Absolutely good job. Can I do more videos on healing from codependence? Private videos. Though when I say private videos, I provide you guys with information on these videos. By providing you guys with information on these videos and by providing you guys with the information that you need and suggestions to resources, that gives you an idea as to whether or not you would like to get coaching from me. When it comes to the healing process, codependency and things like that, those are things for the counselors and for coaches to deal with. I just give you information, and then from there you make up your mind whether you want to seek counseling. And the information I give you guys, I give you a lot of information that can be used in conferences. And so you guys get more than what you bargained for, more than what you bargained for. But I am let me get settled because I'm moving and I got a home office. So let me get settled because I'm going to start what I'm going to call it is a psychoeducational narcissist support group, where I'm going to provide an hour long. You guys can sign up. I'm going to get it set up where you guys can sign up, and we're going to sign some paperwork, making sure you guys understand what the rules are. And it's going to be an hour long where I'm going to take about 30, maybe 45, 40 minutes. It's going to be groups of 10, and I'm going to do them in 4-week increments. And in 4-week increments, and it's going to be different times because I know everybody's in different time zones. And I'm going to do, 4 weeks with different topics. And I'm going to work with you guys. If you're in the group and work with you guys, you can do it the whole 4 weeks payments, or you can, if you're doing payments, and I will talk about it when I do it. We do payments and you're paying as you go. Then what happened is first come, first serve basis. If you lock it in, you'll be with me for those 4 weeks, and I'm going to talk to you guys, but I'm going to provide you with psychoeducation on what you're going through, and we'll start from ground zero and work your way up. And I'm going to do them in increments of 4, and I'm going to put the topics out there. So if you miss, I'm going to do at least 4 classes per day. So I'm going to do 4 is classes / support group, psychoeducational narcissist support group. Coaching support group. And I'm going to do them like 4 times a day. And if you lock into those 4 weeks, those of you that locked in for those 4 weeks, and then the next time I do another set, there's going to be another set of 4 weeks, and we'll see how that turns out. And a lot of you guys are not, able to afford coaching at the discounted rate. Now, imagine when my rates go back to normal. So that's coming. But, right now you guys can't afford the discounted rates. And so the group, we do groups of 10, it'll be a nominal fee, a small fee. And you can pay it, for the whole 4 weeks. But if you actually do, per class, what'll end up happening is going to be first come, first serve basis. So you may not make it through the all 4 weeks, and you want to lock it in for 4 weeks. And so just email me and I will send you my my coaching fees. But we're going to set that up. Remember, I told you guys I was going to do classes anyway. So I'm going to do 2 different types of classes. One set of classes are going to be on my online, because I'm still working on my website. So it'll be online, and this is live groups. So when I do the, psychoeducational narcissist support group coaching, yes, coaching support group. Yeah. And so what I'm going to do with that, I'm going to be in detail, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to open it up for the ladies right now, just to the women. So this is going to be for the women right now, because I have more women subscribers than I do male subscribers. When I hear from the men, I'll know whether to do one for the men. But because I'm a female, I can relate to the females. I can talk to you guys. And I just want you guys to know that I'm very straightforward. And so what I do is like 30 to 40 minutes. The 10 people on there, 30 to 40 minutes. And I'm going to do teaching. I'm going to do education on what, and different the topics per se. And then I will open the forum up for those that are in there to ask me questions concerning that, those topics. So, but don't worry about it. I'm writing up the paperwork and everything. I got to get the, what is it? It's called Eventbrite. I'm gonna get the Eventbrite. Thank you. I'm gonna get the Eventbrite set up so that you guys can register through Eventbrite. And you guys, I still haven't ordered my book, so I got to get myself back into the flow, because once I get the books in, I can add that I can add that into the pricing, where the books will come to me. I'll sign them for you and I'll send them back to you. So I got a lot of things that are on my mind that I'm wanting to do. I haven't forgotten. It's just, trying to move 2 spaces, trying to move a house and trying to move an office, and, trying to have my clientele. And I got a kid going back to school. And so I'm trying to, balance everything. So that's why sometimes you don't see me on camera, because you have to know when to take a break and know when to focus on what you have to focus. I still have a business that I have to run. So I do not have an administrator. I do not have a biller. I do not have, I'm the one that does the assessment and write them up. And so I still have a business that I have to maintain to keep the business going. That pays the bills, So hopefully this has helped you guys. I have enjoyed being here this evening. I'm getting ready to go cook. I'm going to be Betty Crocker. I'm getting ready to go, you know what, just be real. I stayed on course this time. I stayed. I am a busy lady, see? But that right there lets you know that if you're busy, you don't have time to think. And don't get me wrong, I love men. I love my brothers. And one day I'm gonna be married too. One day, you guys, I'm gonna get married, and I'm gonna make sure I post the pictures and you'll see me getting married. But right now I don't have time for a husband, a boyfriend, or a boo thing. Right now I'm trying to make sure I take care of y'all. There's some things we got to do. There's some things we trying to do. There's some ideas I have dreams that I have. I want to travel to certain places that I want to go, and I'm going to maximize my singleness. When I tell you guys, maximize it, because I've never been single before. And so to be single, I'm like, man, I done missed out on all this. I done missed out on all this trying to be with somebody, trying to be up under somebody that mistreated me anyway. You know what I mean? I have a book. Yeah. No, I haven't put out a new book yet. I'm working on it. So, but yes, so maximize your singleness. Love yourself. Do the things that are in your head. Dream big. You know what I mean? So that when you dream big, not any troll just walk up to you and say, girl, let me take you to McDonald's. McDonald's, your breast stink. That's what you're going to look like. Your breast stink. Maximize your singleness. Maximize. You said, we love you, and I hope I become strong as you one day. You will, Rigger. You will. It takes time. This took time. This didn't come overnight. This took time. That's 6 years. And trust you me, 6 years crying, upset, bitter, angry, wanting to fly out and blow up folks' houses. I wanted to do the wait until exhale and throw the match back and blow the house and the car and whatever else up. So don't think that I'm not a human being like you guys. I was hurt too. Yeah. I was hurt. Now, Miss Yolanda know how to maximize her signal. Her and Tasha, y'all be maximizing. Child, I ain't got no time for no man. I'm trying to make my money, my dividends. That's Miss Yolanda. But you do all the things that you want to do, and then eventually, what'll happen is you'll accidentally run into the real soulmate that you were supposed to be with. And he gonna be busy doing his thing, and she gonna be busy doing her thing. And all of a sudden, the roads in your life are gonna merge. And one day you're gonna look up and you're gonna be like, I cannot believe I think I love this person. But you'll be whole by then. So you'll be able to tell the game versus not a game. You know what I mean? It takes time though. Sounds good, Yolanda? She do. She know how to maximize her singleness, honey. That's a lady of style right there. That's a lady of style. So thank you so much, Julie. I appreciate that. Thank you. So, all right, y'all. Well, I'm going to go into the kitchen. I'm going to cook. That's it. Living my life to the fullest through Jesus. See, that's what I'm talking about right there. And that's what I'm going to do. And I have some, you know what? I have some beautiful women around me that are great examples, that are awesome examples, like Miss Yolanda, Apostle Helen, her daughter, Pastor Kathy Gibson, people like Miss Bridget, Tasha. You guys know Natasha's Touch, her jewelry, Miss Natasha. But all these women, I watch them, and these are some beautiful examples. We are examples to each other. So when you are in a crowd of people that, they're not always, let me take that up. Hold on, let me take that back. They're not out there looking for a man. They're out there looking for dividends. They're looking for business. They're looking for growth. They're looking to invest. You see what I mean? And so I'm around these type of women. So when you're around these type of people, men and women alike, when you're around these type of people, you're going to get the mindset of the people that you're around. Now, if you're around people that are always trying to drop it like it's hot, get half naked, be in some man or woman's face and all that, that's the type of stuff that you're around. That's what you're going to do. So you have to change your circle of influence. Change your circle of influence. Change your circle of influence. So you guys, I'm going to go because just we're going to throw a clock right through the phone. And I'm going to go cook. So yep, you are the company that you keep. Absolutely. I can tell what type of person you are by the company that you keep. And what's in your phone. Yes, Lord. Does Helen Sadler have a church location in California? If so, do you know what city? Thank you. She is over several churches. She's over several churches. But I don't know the names of the churches, and I do not know the names of the pastors in the areas. I don't know if California is one of them. I'm not sure. I can ask her. And I can ask her. And maybe she can put it out on her video, or I can make who. So I will ask her. She's over several churches and many, many ministries. So I'm not sure what the church, what the names of the churches are, and who the pastors are. But I will let her know that you have inquired, and I will get that information. I will let you guys know. And if you are right now, if you really are not, if you're still at home and, like I said, I believe in the whole person concept. I believe in physical health. So I believe in taking care of your body, even though I'm trying to work on mine because I like to eat. But, your physical health, your mental health, also your spiritual health. I know everybody's not a believer, but you still got to take care of your spiritual health. So some of you guys are kind of stuck at home. You can't really go to the church like you want to. So if you would like to, you can always go to, yes, make sure you subscribe to Helen Sadler, Destiny Helper on her YouTube channel. And then you can find Apostle Helen Sadler on Facebook. And she's on Thursdays and Sundays. Thursdays is Bible study, Sundays is church. And then we also have a prayer line. So we're going to be on the prayer line on Tuesdays, and I think this week. And so those of you that are looking for someone or something to stabilize you, thank you so much, Miss Yolanda. You're looking for some stability. Those of you that are into the church and you're looking for someone to kind of undergird you and support you, please, take opportunity to go look on her YouTube, not YouTube, but Facebook channel as well, Apostle Helen Sadler, and just click like or friend request her, and you will see whenever she is on doing services. And when I say services, besides the, she does narcissist abuse teaching, but she's also the senior pastor. And so you guys are welcome. Go over there. She's on Periscope under Apostle Helen Sadler. She's under Facebook under Apostle Helen Sadler. And just join her. So whenever she comes on, how long did it take me? About 6 years. But join her. She's on, okay, so she's but she usually broadcasts from Apostle Helen Sadler and not Into His Chambers. So Into His Chambers will broadcast. So go look at Into His Chambers Ministries and Apostle Helen Sadler and join both pages so that you'll know whenever she's on and she's ministering. She usually does narcissist abuse recovery information and more information on her YouTube channel. But when you see her on Facebook and on Periscope, that's when she's actually ministering, because that is her main, she's the senior pastor. So you guys, so if you need that additional support, please make sure, and then you guys go look on the Facebook page as well, and it'll give you information whenever we're on the prayer line. So we're on the prayer lines, and you have the intercessors on there praying as well, if you guys would like to be on the prayer line with us. Yes. So once again, make sure you subscribe and share the videos. I do have a book out. It is Unmasking the Illusion of Perfection on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. There comes an ebook and Kindle. As I'm working on the classes, I'm going to try to get another shipment into me so that when you join, you can purchase a book and I can send it to you once you join me on my classes that I'm doing. And also, a lot of you guys, I say this because I'm an advocate of mental health. I am a mental health professional, and so I do understand the importance of mental health. Some of you guys, before you go get coaching, go get mental health services, get emotional support, get, they got EMDR, all sorts of stuff. You can also look on, and they put it on here as betterhelp.com/Dr. Carmen. It is a sponsored link. I do vet these services. I've heard a lot of good information. Yes, I do. Make commission off of it, but the thing about it is I'm a therapist, and so I advocate for my fellow therapists, because some of you guys need therapy. And if you use my link, you do get a 10% discount. And if you tell them you're having financial problems, they will also assist you with grants. But these are licensed therapists within all the states, the United States, and I'm not sure out of state, but I know nationwide. And when you're vetting or when you're looking for them, ask them, I don't know what that means, BCBA. I'm not sure what that means, Lisa. When you are asking or vetting them, ask them questions. Don't say, do you understand narcissist abuse? Now, some of them might, but a lot of them, if you ask them questions like, do you understand post-traumatic stress? Do you understand domestic violence? Do you understand psychological abuse? Do you understand like parental alienation? Ask them, ask them about the what it is. Don't ask them about the definition. Do you narcissist abuse? That's very vague, and that's not something that we learn in school. But ask them those type of questions, and just go look BetterHelp.com/Dr. Carmen and hit on that link, and you guys get yourself a counselor. If you need to be in counseling for maybe 4 to 6 weeks or 4 to 8 weeks, get that counseling first, then look for a coach. I do coaching services. They put my email address on there. It's drcarmenbryant@outlook.com. And it is betterhelp.com/Dr. Carmen. You can find it under the link. You can find it under the link under my YouTube videos. Board certified behavior analyst. No, I'm a licensed mental health counselor and a certified clinical trauma professional. But if you are seeking coaching, you're welcome to email me at drcarmenbryant@outlook.com, and I will provide you with my fees. And I have really enjoyed a lot of you guys. I get to see you guys for the first time. I get to see you guys face to face, and we get to talk personally about your personal situation. So some of the questions that you're asking me, a lot of times I can't answer them because I need to know more. Thank you. I need to know more about you and your situation so I can personalize my answer to you. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for joining me. I was going to answer another question, but thank you guys for joining me, and I hope you guys have a beautiful, beautiful evening. You guys go be great, and have a great dinner. Thank you. Love you too, Miss Cynthia, and you guys have a beautiful evening, okay? Thank you so much, and you guys have a beautiful evening. Thank you, guys. You guys have a beautiful evening. Go be great, okay? Talk to you guys later.